All right, so let's talk about using your shutter to freeze action. So right now I'm on the auto f-stop and I'm on auto ISO because we're gonna be talking mostly about shutter. That means we're on shutter priority right now. So I'm gonna start at a 60th because when you're at night, that might be something that you might start with. And let's see what effect that has on someone running. We have Sam running with a soccer ball and we've got a long lens here, so let's check it out. Sam, you ready? Go for it. You can see in these photos that it's a little blurry. The ball's blurry, his face is blurry. We can't really see much. And that is a product of our shutter being so low. So how to get rid of that? Make your shutter faster, which means the light coming in will be hitting your sensor for a shorter amount of time, thus creating a quick freeze frame as opposed to like a motion free frame. So we're gonna kick it all the way up to, let's say, I think you'd probably be fine at 500th of a second. That should be okay. Again, we're on shutter priority, so everything else is setting to the shutter that we decide to use, which is often a good way to shoot sports. So we're shooting 500th of a second. Come on down. All right, let's take a look at these. So 500, we're pretty much freezing the action as it goes. Everything's pretty solid. We don't see a lot of motion. We see just very clear, in focus light as he's running by. Another creative way to capture motion with your camera is using the shutter. So I can shutter down to, let's say, a 60th of a second, and we're gonna try and match the motion of our subject moving so that he and I are in sync. We're able to freeze the timing as moving, but the background is sort of out of focus or blurry or having some motion to it. It's kind of a cool, creative way to shoot action. So let's go ahead and have Sam run by us for the 80th time. Go for it. So check out this shot. Basically, we're shooting at a 60th of a second. I have it on shutter priority, so the camera's picking the aperture. It picked an f16 because it's bright out here. It picked a 200 ISO because it's bright out here. And we tried to match Sam's motion as he was running. And that has the effect of him and I being in sync, freezing that light between us. But as we're moving, the background is moving much faster than he and I are. So we're in sync, background's blurred because our shutter's a little bit slower. You can see both these shots. His face is perfectly in sharpness. He looks like he's in motion, and the background is all lines because it's getting that panning motion. This works really great for bicycles, cars, anything moving really fast that you can sort of time out and pan yourself with. And the better you get at that, the slower shutter speed you can shoot at, and the cooler the background will look, and the more motion and creativeness will happen in your photo. It's really about using your shutter, using the tools you have to say something in your photograph.